a little bit more on why it does. There is a function for ego, right? Without ego, there is no drama in life, right? So how many of you would love to watch? I think there are these cricket matches happening between Papua New Guinea and Bangladesh, right? So no one would watch. If it is India-Pakistan match, yes, right? If it is India-England match, yes. But if it is Zimbabwe versus Bangladesh or Zimbabwe versus Holland, there are the T20 World Cup preliminaries happening this week. So no one would watch. So we try and go into a game, we live the life way, but then we need some excitement, right? We need some challenges. We always want our soul to experience something more. We'll cover that in a couple of classes. So that is where ego's function is. So ego gives you that color in life to play around, but it's up to us whether we are the master of ego or the ego is the master of us. Whether we are the master of mind or the mind is the master. So quickly, there are 4 phases of ego. This is the reason why ego always, it's ego's function, right? But before that, I want to kind of quickly highlight the content of ego. So the phases of ego work on this content. It could be with your body. It could be with any things. It could be with some persons. It could be with ideas or feelings. I'll cover that once I probably finish everything. Okay, first thing is ego is the one allows you to identify with a role. You are a father, you are a mother, you are a son, you are a daughter, you are a manager, you are a software engineer, you are a doctor, right? So there is a role. So it gives you that identity. It gives you the responsibility, right? So there is a ownership. If I am a father, I need to do this, A, B, C, D, right? So through that, you always start thinking about the safety of people in that role, right? So that is why sometimes you get so identified with that role. Yesterday, I think Soumya was mentioning some example, right? So you get so identified with that role, that NGO example, right? So this is my class. I want to do this. This is my team. Some of the people in corporate, they don't want to leave the team. They don't want to leave the particular office, right? They don't want to leave the particular city. They're so attached, identified with that, right? So that's where greed sets in and then all drama happens. The second thing is ego always ensures or makes you feel you are correct. Anytime you feel you are correct and you're happy, that feeling tone that we talked about. So anytime you feel happy that you are correct, then it is a function of ego. That's what people talk about comfort zone and going out of the comfort, right? So comfort zone is I want to be always correct. So ego always puts you in that comfort zone by ensuring you are correct. So what happens? Judgment is a function of ego. We judge others. Oh, I am doing meditation. I am fine. The other person is not doing meditation. You judge, right? And that person did not do something that he's supposed to do. So all that judgment, superiority, because of that you get superiority, likes, dislikes, complaining. Much of the things that you saw in that first chart is this function of ego, this facet of ego. Third, safety. It will always prevent your identity from getting harmed. So what happens? That's when we start defending things, right? No, this is the right way to do. No, I did that. It's very common, right? Even with the kids we see, with spouses we see, with families we see, with parents we see, right? So ego tells that, okay, that makes you feel you're in control. Because once you lose the control means you are surrendering, right? You are letting go of your control. You're saying, okay. So defending seriousness, again, being serious. You know a lot of people you have seen at your homes also, right? There will be playful, joyful within the family or within one part of the family, right? But the same person will be utter serious outside and inside. So they might be playing a drama. As long as they know they are playing a drama, it is fine. But they've taken it to heart. It's more the ego part. So they think being serious means having that control, having that power. So that's what. And then the pain. Ego always wants you to be, attached to it. I mean, ego always wants you to be within its control. So that is what happens when you talk anything to be. It makes you feel doubtful. It makes you feel doubt. You want to do something, immediately some doubt occurs, right? Oh, you don't know whether you are doing it. So it doesn't allow you to be playing with your free will, right? So it doesn't allow you to be a true nature. So it feels that if you are doing things on your own, the ego will be ignored. So that's what it is. It causes doubt. It causes regret. Oh my God, I did not do something yesterday, right? And then resentment. Oh, I didn't do. Why did I not do? Right? Resentment. Or I should have done something differently. And then it starts creating hate as well, right? Someone is competing, something is doing better, and you start hating people. So these four can apply to any of these. See, for example, let me take the idea of thing, right? So let's assume you have identified your role to be a manager at work. Then immediately what happens? A manager as a thing, right? Or even you can consider as a role or a person as well. A manager is supposed to behave a certain way. A manager is supposed to have a car. A manager is supposed to have a desk or a cabin. So immediately all that happens here. So what happens? You start feeling bad if you don't have all that is supposed to be given to a manager, right? Or you could also feel the same thing about your body. I am supposed to be fit. I am supposed to be like this. People will look at me. And immediately what happens? You start feeling judgment. Oh, if someone is not looking the same way, right? Then you start with, why is he not like that? Why is he thinking like that, right? And then if someone kind of accuses you, someone comes and says, Sai, what happened? You have a big tummy. 10 days ago or last month I saw you were slim. Right? Immediately say, no. I am fine. Right? What happens? Immediately we defend. That's not true. I did this. Or you get into some kind of I did this. So somehow you kind of wriggle out the situation, but you feel bad about it. Right? So definitely you go back and say, oh my God, that guy told me something. What happened? Did I wear my right shirt? Did I really do, did I really go my tummy? So things like that. So body again, pain, doubt, right? So I'm going to eat something. Oh, I'm going to this party. I'm going to eat something. Will I look good? Right? So that's the kind of thing. And then judgment. So what I'm saying is all these four are applicable to each of these. The content of ego changes, right? So you might probably lose your attachment or lose your control on something, but it will always go. It could even be ideas. So things like this is how you should approach life. This is how you need to get top marks, get into engineering. That is how you'll be successful, right? And some people are so hard and fast about it. So that is one idea. Or it could just be you cannot eat after 7 p.m. or whatever it is, right? Around last session, one of the biggest problems for one of the senior citizens was their grandkids eating pizza, right? So she was so bothered by that. In spite of her telling so much times, the grandkids were not listening, and that was the cause of her pain, right? So very similar, right? So I'm so wedded to one idea. You shouldn't do that. That is harmful for health. And then it goes to the extent that the ego is causing the pain, right? So these are the four phases of ego, and then you can replace anything out here, body, things. It could apply to anything. So it could be about safety of a thing. It could be safety of an idea, anything. Anyone snatches that idea from you, or pokes hole at your idea, or anyone snatches a thing from you, or steals the things. All these things happen. Now, all this. So how many of you have read a book by Eckhart Tolle, Power of Now? Very good. The New Earth. New Earth is the next book from Eckhart Tolle. Again, wonderful classic, more than 10 to 15 years old. It's a very classic. It talks a lot about ego. And Eckhart Tolle's primary teaching is about being in the present moment. It's about present moment awareness, being in the present, that is all. The book is wonderful. You can read, I think I've read it 4 to 5 times, and Power of Now is very good. But what is difficult is being in the present moment. I've been trying that for several years. Meditation has been getting me there. But being in the present moment is what is very, very difficult, right? And that is what is today, if you see, it's mindfulness. So he has this wonderful concept of something called a pain body. What is ego? So each of us carry a certain set of negative energy. So there is an energy form that lives within most humans, right? And then it thrives on negative thinking. And only goal is to maintain the ego self. The only goal is to maintain this. It's almost like another personality within you, right? So it feeds on your negativity. And it says, as you see in this picture, give me pain. It always wants pain for it to grow, right? It could be some remark someone said. It could be something that you study that makes you feel a lack of something. right? Or it could be just driving for something and not getting any pain that you experience belongs to that body. It is not you, it is that pain body, right? And I think we've seen that. So what it does is it lies dormant in you. Aram says the pain body sits inside of you, very calm and cool, right? Until something that triggers into a negative state. What is it? Someone calling you. I mean, this is the example. You look stupid, right? So when something strikes you, then this guy wakes up. It flares up, right? And then that leads to all your emotions, all your things, right? And then your behavior totally changes. That is when you exhibit all this behavior, right? So you start judging, you start defending, you start regretting, you start doubting. So when all that is happening, pain body is happy inside, happily smiling. You can picture a meme or a cartoon inside, right? That's what. So what gives it power to take over your rational and start feeding on your misery? As I mentioned yesterday, some people really love to feel miserable because but they are feeding the pain body, where they're feeding that demon. So until it is fully satiated, it basically takes over your brain, wanting to inflict pain and or receive more pain. Once your pain body had its fill, it goes back to its dormant state, waiting for its next opportunity. Right? So you feel angry, you feel it caused you all misery, you felt very bad. So every day you'll probably while you're in Pyramid Valley for this retreat, I'm sure each of you will walk at least 2 kilometers every day. Right? Some of you might feel it difficult, some of you might feel it painful, but over time, for example, people in silence, their pain body is active. Oh my God, when will I get out of silence? People are not able to bear the silence, right? And that'll feed a lot of things. Oh my God, next time shouldn't come to such retreats. Or if people are missing mobile phones, right? The pain body will tell you, see, I told you, you gave away your mobile phone, now you are suffering, right? So it's all the pain body doing that. So how do you address it? Right? So step one, as we saw in that RAIN acronym yesterday as well, right? First one is be aware of the fact that you have a pain body. Everyone has one, and pain bodies hate self-awareness. Being aware, being mindful, being conscious. So that is the solution. Anytime you feel that pain body flaring up, right? So you'll have to identify, oh, that's my pain body, that is not me. That is the other self, that is the ego self. You'll have to figure that out, right? And step two, be fully present when your pain body, very similar to RAIN. Be fully present when your pain body starts acting up. Know that you are separate from your negative self-talk, right? You are not the person who is regretting. You are not the person who is feeling the pain. You are not that is not you. That is a different pain body within you, right? So you have to dissociate with self. So interview your pain body with very basic questions. Okay, so never fight your pain body. So do not say, oh my God, why did I get angry again? Why did I scold that person again? Why do I feel bad again? This is not going away. So what should I do? So don't fight your pain body. Let it be, acknowledge it, accept it, and then let it go. So we'll have a session on letting go sometime later. So just be a silent witness to it and let it disappear on its own. It will completely disappear. Right? And then, so like you say, so it says, the pain body says, why aren't you reacting to me? Right? Over time, once you start, do not respond to it, do not use it, that energy slowly dies down. I and my wife get into a big debate, how should we bring up the kids, right? Why is she not doing it? Why is she not listening to it? Maybe something is bothering, maybe her friend circle is bad, all those things come up, right? But then after we understood this concept, right? So what we do is we tell that with a completely calm mind. So the point I'm trying to make here is the energy in the pain body always wants that negative energy from the other person. When you're also emanating that negative energy, then that grows, right? So when you're not, that is what that third step talks about, right? You acknowledge it, but don't react, right? You allow it to subside. So then you tell that in a calm manner, you leave it, right? Or you tell that in a more common manner without that emotion attached. Things solve by themselves, right? Things solve by themselves. So at least you don't have the pain. That person might keep scolding you. Your kid might be scolding you, oh man, I wanted to watch the TV. But at least you don't get into that heated debate. Very similar with spouses, right? We'll talk a couple of more examples when we talk about acceptance. So spouse as parents, right? So our elder parents, I mean, they don't understand our point of view. They think we don't understand their point of view, right? So the relationships is a wonderful thing. So the idea is energy flows where attention goes. Your attention is more based on your pain body, then negative energy continues flowing. And what you resist persists, same thing. You resist negativity, you resist judgment. Oh, that person, this is not how things should be, then that is how things will happen. We'll cover more examples of it.